उसके दो बाय 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 आने दो।
Good morning. We shall begin with today's new topic. As earlier, it is mentioned that under coordination chemistry, we have to study two different units, subunits. First is the inorganic reaction mechanism, and second subpart, that is a kinetic and thermodynamic aspects of inorganic reactions. So these two aspects that we are going to cover in this coordination chemistry. But today we are going to see the inorganic reaction mechanism, which is just similar to that of organic reaction mechanism. As we know that most of the reactions in inorganic chemistry are ionic in nature, as we know, because the different ions, the positive and negative ions, they come closer and they proceed further with the main product of the reaction. And as the cations and anions are involved in such reactions, so these reactions proceed faster. That is, these reactions are instantaneously proceed further. So because the reactions are instantaneous, or because the reactions are faster, and hence no definite mechanism is involved in the formation of the product. So if you want to assign any pathway or the mechanism, then no mechanism till today is available because the reactions are fast. But the reactions in coordination complexes are normally slow in nature, and hence these reactions proceed via a definite pathway. So if a particular reaction, if it is a slow, then we can easily give a particular mechanism or pathway can be studied for such reactions in coordination complexes. The topic that I am going to deal today is somewhat typical, but if you listen very attentively and carefully, then you can understand this topic very easily. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand because so many concepts, new concepts are introduced in this topic. So I am making all these concepts rather more understandable and digestible for you, provided you listen all these aspects very carefully and attentively. Now, just now we have seen that the reactions in coordination complexes, that is the formation of a coordination complex, these reactions are normally slow and they proceed via definite pathways. So what are these substitution reactions which are taking place in octahedral complexes? In octahedral complexes, as we know, if we represent a octahedral complex as MX6, M stands for a metal, X stands for a non-metallic element or a neutral ligand. In all these cases, sometimes the ligands may be replaced during the formation of a product. Sometimes the ligand may be replaced, or in certain cases, the metal ion may also be replaced during the formation of a complex. So in all these octahedral complexes, if ligands are replaced, then all such reactions are known as nucleophilic substitution reactions. So nucleophilic substitution reactions are those in which the ligands are replaced. That is, MX, from this MX, X is replaced. So here the ligands are treated as the nucleophiles. So all such reactions which are in which the ligands are replaced are known as SN reactions. So SN means nucleophilic substitution reactions. But in certain cases, instead of ligands, the metal ion may also be replaced. Here, if at all metal ion, if it is replaced, then all such reactions are referred as electrophilic substitution. That means all metal atoms are regarded as the electrophiles. So all such reactions where the metal atom is replaced are known as SE reactions, electrophilic substitution reactions. So depending upon whether the ligand is replaced, nucleophilic substitution, or whether the metal is replaced, that is a electrophilic substitutions, there can be different mechanisms which are put forward by different scientists so as to make easier reaction path and how the products are formed. Just I'm going to give you some interesting examples in this regard. Just see here, and if possible, you can also try to write in your notebook. That will be beneficial for you during the exam time. Now, we are studying the topic that is known as the inorganic reaction mechanism. Just now we have seen, if the ligands are replaced, all such reactions are known as a SN reaction, that is nucleophilic substitution reactions. And if metal atom, if it is replaced from the octahedral complex, all such reactions are known as a SE reactions or electrophilic reactions. Now, I would like to give you here one example how the ligands are replaced, and in case of these nucleophilic substitution reactions. Our study is restricted only for the nucleophilic substitution reactions, that is SN reactions, where we are going to study the SN1 reaction and SN2 reactions with regard to the mechanism of these coordination complexes. So I'm not going into details of these electrophilic substitution reactions where the metal atoms are replaced. So depending upon how the ligands are replaced, there can be three different types of these substitution reactions. First type is known as the unimolecular substitution, or unimolecular nucleophilic substitution, which are known as a SN1 reactions. Another type that is known as the bimolecular nucleophilic substitution, which are known as SN2 reactions. And third is known as the interchange mechanism. This is an interchange mechanism. We shall study all these three different types one by one, which are very easy to understand provided you listen very carefully. Now, first of all, if we see the unimolecular substitution reactions, which are referred as SN1 or which are also known as the dissociative type SN1 reaction. So dissociative SN1 reaction or unimolecular substitution reaction, both meaning the same. Take for instance the example of an octahedral complex MX6. M stands for a metal, X stands for a ligand, which may be either negative ligand or a neutral ligand. Here, during the substitution, if this octahedral complex undergo certain reactions, that is MX5 plus X. That means in this case, out of 6 ligands, one ligand that is replaced, hence it is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. During this replacement, the reaction proceeds very slowly. Now, in the second step of the reaction, MX 5 plus Y. This reaction or this step is very fast. So this is the first step and this is a second step. This step that is very, very fast, which can form the product as MX5Y in this fashion. Here, in the first step, which is very slow, a penta-coordinated complex is formed. So, penta-coordinated complex is formed. This formation of penta-coordinated complex is known as the transition state, which is very, very slow. How can we represent this transition state? Metal atom is placed at the center and this is surrounded by the 5 ligands like this. So this geometry is regarded as the square planar geometry. So in this transition state or rate bit determining state, a 5 coordinated complex is formed and this one of the ligand that is dissociated, and hence it is known as a dissociative mechanism. Now, how can we assign the rate of this reaction? As can be seen from the reaction that the formation of a rate determining step or the transition state, which is a slow, but the formation of a new complex, this reaction is fast. So from the knowledge of the chemical kinetics, as we know, which determines the rates of various reactions. So as per the knowledge of chemical kinetics, if we want to determine the rate of a particular reaction, then to determine the rate of reaction, one can consider the slow step of the reaction. As we know, it is also true for organic chemistry also. So in order to determine the rate of reaction, consider here the rate of reaction that is a slow. This is with the step that is slow in nature, that is to be considered to determine the rate of reaction. So first step is a slow. So rate is nothing but small k, that is some constant, and in the first step the reactants are mx6. So here this indicates that the rate of this reaction depends upon the slow step of a reaction, where mx6, that is the octahedral complex, that is the rate that is depend upon the concentration of the only one species, that is mx6. So as the rate of this reaction depends upon only one species, and hence the word or the digit 1 is used. So when the rate of reaction that depends upon only one species, then all such reactions are normally known as SN1 reaction. That is, rate of reaction depends upon only one parameter, that is a concentration of only one species. And this one species is also known as only one molecule is there, hence it is known as the unimolecular substitution reaction. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution. That means one of the ligand that is replaced, X is replaced. Another word, this is first, second word, and third. If you look carefully, the first step of this reaction, it is seen that out of 6 ligands, first of all, in the first step in the formation of a penta-coordinated complex, one of the ligand that is dissociated, and hence it is known as dissociative SN1 mechanism or dissociative SN1 mechanism. So there are 3 different words. While SN1 is used because the rate of reaction that depends upon only one species, that is the concentration of mx6. Secondly, the word unimolecular is used because the word one means only unique, or unimolecular, only one molecule is involved, hence the word unimolecular is used. Why it is a dissociative SN1 reaction? Because in the formation of this new complex, the octahedral complex first gets dissociated, hence it is known as a dissociative SN1 mechanism. So in this case, the rate of reaction that depends upon only one species, hence it is known as dissociative SN1 mechanism. Now, on similar grounds, if we try to study the second type, that is known as the bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Bimolecular nucleophilic substitution, that is SN2 mechanism, or this is also known as the associative. This is known as the associative SN2 mechanism. So how can we study a bimolecular nucleophilic substitution? As we have used the word nucleophilic means one of the ligands should exchange, or it is a associative type SN2 mechanism. Consider again the same example of octyl complex. Here X are those ligands which are present in the coordination inside the coordination sphere, because coordination sphere is always shown in a square bracket, and capital Y is known as the new ligand or entering ligand which gets added up into this MX6. Now, when we carry out such reaction, then here the new product that is formed is like this. Here, this particular formation of the MX6Y is slow. So here 6 plus 1, that is known as the 7 coordinated complex. This is known as a 7 coordinated complex, because metal atom is constant, which is surrounded by 6 plus 1. So 7 ligands are surrounded by this metal atom. Now how this 7 coordinated complex can be shown? See here. This is metal atom that is centered. Out of 6, 4 ligands are present in a square plane. This is 5th, 6th, and the 7th ligand that is present like this. So this is known as a MX6Y. So the entering ligand is present here. So this is known as a pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. This is known as a pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, which is known as the transition state, or what we call as a rate determining step. Now, this is the first step of this reaction where a 7 coordinated complex is formed. Now, what is the second step of this reaction? Now, in the second step of this reaction, MX6Y, that is 7 coordinated complex, now undergoes and it can form MX5Y and one ligand that is replaced. That means an octahedral complex is formed. That means one of this ligand, which is shown here, one of this ligand that is replaced by the, or it is removed, and it can form again a octahedral complex. So here, how can we determine the rate of reaction and what is the name that should be assigned? Now here, why it is called as SN2 mechanism? As we know from the knowledge of chemical kinetics that we have applied, that the rate of reaction can be determined by considering the step of the reaction. In a multi-step reaction, the step of reaction which is slow, that is to be considered. So the first step, that is a slow, and hence the rate of reaction that depends upon slow step means here the reactants are the concentration of MX6 and the concentration of the new ligand or entering ligand. So here the rate of reaction, as it depends upon two species. One is a concentration of octahedral complex, another is a concentration of a new ligand or entering ligand. So as here two species are involved in determining the rate of reaction, and hence the word is used as a bimolecular. The word bi stands for two. The concentration, that is the rate of reaction, depends upon two reactants, and hence the word is known as a bimolecular. For this purpose, the digit 2 is written in the superscript, and hence it is known as a SN2 mechanism. So bimolecular because the rate of reaction depends upon two species, that is a concentration of the octahedral complex as well as the concentration of the new ligand or entering ligand. Hence it is known as a bimolecular. Bimolecular means when the concentration, the rate of reaction that is determined by two species. Hence it is known as a bimolecular. For this reason, it is also known as a SN2 mechanism. Another word is also used as associative SN2 mechanism. This mechanism is also known as a associative SN2 mechanism. Why it is known as a associative SN2 mechanism? Just see here. This is a first step of this reaction. In this reaction, the new ligand or entering ligand first gets associated with the already octahedral complex. So as the new or entering ligand gets associated with this coordination complex, so as to form a 7 coordinated complex which forms a transition state. So as this ligand gets associated, and hence the word associative SN2 mechanism is used. But in this case, first of all, the ligand from the coordination sphere that gets dissociated so as to form a 5 coordinated complex. But in this case, a 7 coordinated complex that is having a pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. So this is a pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. So this is how the two mechanisms can be studied. Now, the third mechanism that we are going to study is known as the interchange mechanism. The third type of mechanism is known as interchange mechanism. The third type, which is known as interchange mechanism. This is also very simple, as can be seen from the reaction itself, that we have studied some two reactions, common reactions, MX6 here. In this type of mechanism, the bond making and bond breaking and bond making and breaking that takes place simultaneously. Such a reaction is known as an interchange mechanism. That means bond making means the formation of MY bond, just now we have seen, and bond breaking means, first of all, this bond, one of the ligand from the 6 coordinated complex, that should be replaced. That means this bond should be broken and this bond should be this metal should make the bond with the new ligand or entering ligand. So these two processes take place simultaneously, hence it is known as interchange. What is interchange? Y and X, one of the ligand that is interchanged with Y, and hence this mechanism is known as the interchange mechanism. And as we know, Y is a new entering ligand which enters in the coordination sphere, and X is a leaving ligand or leaving group. So in this case, the making and breaking of the bond that takes place simultaneously. So depending upon whether the making of bond takes place at first sight or whether the breaking of bond takes place first sight, there can be again two subtypes of mechanism. The first subtype is known as the interchange. First type is known as the interchange dissociative mechanism. Interchange dissociative mechanism, it is designated as ID. I stands for interchange and D stands for dissociative. Why? How can we represent this interchange dissociative mechanism? In this case, here the MY bond to be produced, this begins to form before the breaking of MX bond. Here, My bond begins to form before MX bond that is fully broken. So, in this case, this mechanism is known as interchange dissociative. So, before the breakup of this bond MX, the My bond is formed so as to form a 7-coordinated complex. This is known as a interchange dissociative or ID. The second subtype is known as the interchange associative mechanism, which is abbreviated as IA. I stands for again interchange, A stands for associative mechanism. Here, in this case, exact reverse phenomena takes place, that is taken place in the first case. In the first case, we have seen My bond is formed first before MX bond that is broken. In this case, MX bond first of all breaks before My bond begins to form. So here in this case, the MX bond breaks first and then alone Y gets combined with the metal atom. So this, in this case, later on the new or entering group that gets associated, and hence it is known as a interchange associative mechanism. I would like to show you this in the form of a schematic representation, and that will enable you to for the clear understanding of this interchange mechanism. Just see here, this is very simple. If you remember only this much part, it is very easy. MX6, it is a octahedral complex. Y is a new ligand or entering group. We have seen two different mechanisms. First mechanism that we know, it is a interchange dissociative. Second is known as a interchange associative. So this mechanism is a dissociative and this mechanism is a associative. How can we remember these two, ID and IA? Say for example, this is a metal atom from the octahedral complex. X is a ligand to be replaced. Here again, I would like to show you the similar phenomena. Here, as we know, out of 6 ligands, I have shown only 1 ligand that is to be replaced. The same I have shown here. Now, what is this dissociative mechanism? In this dissociative mechanism, first of all, My bond begins to form before MX bond to break. So here, My bond form first before the bond between MX that is broken. What is the associative mechanism? Here, first of all, MX bond breaks. This is a MX bond. First of all, this bond gets broken. Then My bond is formed. So these are the two different entities that I have shown here. But in a nutshell, what will be going to form here? MX5, Y is formed. So here, in this case, what we can write? This is the making of bond between My. That is known making of bond My. It is a dissociative, and this is a breaking of bond. This is a breaking of bond between MX. Breaking of bond between MX, that is known as the interchange associative. This is an interchange dissociative. So, in brief, one can remember that when My bond is formed first, it is a dissociative. When MX bond breaks, it is a associative. So, here in brief, one can conclude that in case of interchange mechanism, what will happen? The making and breaking of bond that takes place simultaneously, depending upon whether the making of bond takes place first or whether the breaking of bond takes place first. There may be associative or dissociative mechanism. So if making of bond is there, this is known as a dissociative mechanism, and if breaking of bond takes place first, this is known as a associative mechanism, which I have shown schematically here, and they always form the new complex where one of the ligand that is replaced, but for the replacement of this ligand, either of these mechanisms may be involved. That is a dissociative MY bond is formed first, or associative MX bond that gets first. So this is how these are the three different types of mechanism that we have studied. So in brief, because only 2 to 3 minutes are left, we are going to continue this mechanism further during our second lecture. Here we have seen that the reactions in inorganic chemistry which are fast, the exact mechanism cannot be assigned, but the reactions of coordination complexes, those are slow, and hence the exact mechanism can be assigned. That means these are the reactions which are slow, they can proceed further via a definite pathway depending upon which we have studied just now. First type is a unimolecular substitution, nucleophilic substitution, or SN1, or dissociative SN1 reaction, where the rate of reaction that entirely depends upon only one species, hence it is known as a unimolecular dissociative SN1 mechanism. Another reaction, another mechanism is a bimolecular nucleophilic substitution, where the rate of reaction that depends upon two species. That means the rate determining step is a slow, that is known as a transition states. Perhaps you might be knowing that rate determining step is always slow, or if we want to determine the rate of reaction, the step in a multi-step reaction, the step which is slow, that is to be considered. As here, the rate of reaction that depends upon two species, that is a MX6 and Y, that is a entering group or entering ligand, so as to form a 7 coordinated complex. Hence this is known as a bimolecular associative mechanism, because here the incoming ligand that gets first associated so as to form 7 coordinated complex. So this is how we have studied 3 important mechanisms. First is a unimolecular dissociative SN1 and bimolecular associative SN2 mechanism. So after 2 minutes, we are going to join again by clicking the same